Good morning, everyone. It's James.
And Stephanie, and we are in Elkhart, Indiana. We just spent the night in the parking lot here at SDG.
That's right. So, why are we here? Well, this will probably surprise no one.
If you followed us for a while, you've probably been expecting this.
So, I don't know how many times I've replaced the air conditioners on our RVs, but...
It's a lot.
Yeah, and if you're not replacing it, I'm at least tinkering with it or doing something with it.
If you were to search on the Fit RV website for air conditioner, I mean, there's pages and pages of videos we have done
on air conditioners. And I think it's kind of a record, the GE air conditioner on our EKKO we've had ever since we got the RV. So it's like 3-4 years.
I think that is a record for us to have the same air conditioner
for
3
4
years.
So why are we replacing it? So there's usually when I replace an air conditioner, it's either for sound or for cooling performance. And we're kind of looking at both of those things here. Mm-hmm. But with this air conditioner replacement, there's actually a third thing that I am looking to rectify.
Right. Like, have you ever been at a campground and everyone has campfires around you, or you've had a campfire and then it's really hot, and so you come back in, you had your air conditioner running, and your RV smells like you're in the campfire? Well, that's one of the things that we want to solve is, keeping smells out, like campfire smells
or
out.
Diesel if you're parked at a truck stop or something. So. And the reason that happens, well, I'll just show you, I think, when we get to it. But I really think this new air conditioner from SDG is going to fix that.
Well,
so
I'm excited about the sound performance, too. It's supposed to be a lot quieter. But they're waiting for us inside, so we should get packed up and get in there. You ready?
Mel, are you ready? Mel's going to have to spend the day in a cat carrier. He's not looking forward to this.
No.
All right, let's go. Okay, so we're inside, and that's a good thing because it's still cold out.
Yeah.
And so I'm here with Kevin. Kevin, now what's your title here at SDG?
President at SDG.
President at SDG. All right, and they've already started getting to work here, so you want to tell us a little bit about what he's doing, what the process is?
Yeah, so what Joe's doing and what he does for every RV that he brings in the facility is he does a pre-check to make sure everybody, check their dimensions and solar panels for fit and finish of everything. So what he's done is gone through and made sure that the Atmos will fit on your roof. Okay. And he's just walked inside the coach now. He's going to take down the interior plenum, check a couple of things in there, and then get started to work.
All right, cool. Should we go up and take a look?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, right on.
So yeah, now that we're on the roof here, just a primitive
hey, it's
cardboard.
That's exactly what I would do at home. Right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Cardboard template there, so he'll double check the fitment of everything.
Yeah, we're going to be close. Now, our RV is different from other EKKOs you may have seen here because we've got this different array of solar panels. We're cutting it kind of close to the GE.
We are cutting it a little close on your setup. On a typical EKKO, we certainly don't have anything to move either on the pop top or your model here.
Right. So once we get that up, we'll know for sure with this template if we've got any issues, but hopefully not.
Nope, hopefully not.
All right, and I can hear him inside loosening things up now, so let's go check it out.
When we're prepping, that's what I do. I take down this before we even get started. I see if you have what kind of control modules you're using. What am I working with? What have they already done?
Yeah, we've got a soft start on this. Will there be a soft start on the new one?
Yes, sir. In fact, when we go out there, I'll take it all apart and you can film me doing it.
Cool.
So, no problem.
Now, will the new unit have a thermostat, or is that thermostat wiring just all obsolete now?
That's all obsolete.
That'll be all obsoleted.
Yeah, and then
so I got an empty spot here.
Yeah,
on the
you'll
wall.
have an empty spot here on the wall, and then the Atmos will be on a remote control, and it's Wi-Fi.
Well, we had done just about everything. You see that we had the RVAC silencer, and we've got that foam plenum insert thing in there. It was about as quiet as I could get it, and I think I even 3D printed a part up in there inside the plenum, because 80% of the air was coming out of that one vent, and then the rest of them was. And so I tried to divide that up in a more sane way. Mixed success.
You've already been inside this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I think he's been inside about every crevice of the RV.
Yeah.
Yes. Gotta love it.
All right, we'll let you get back to work.
No problem. Thank you, sir.
So while Joe's working away back there, there's all sorts of cool stuff here. What else have you got going on?
Yeah, let's show you around a little bit.
Is that an undermount air conditioner? Oh.
This is actually a split system, so it's all DC. So we have a 12 volt and a 48 volt system.
Thinking. Okay.
So yes, we'll definitely share thoughts soon. But so this system is going into a Class B off-road unit. So we set everything up so that the customer, we've already plumbed some of the hoses and everything. There's only 2 connections that this OEM has to make when they install the unit. So that's bolts up underneath the truck.
Okay.
This one goes on, this is the evaporator. It goes on the inside of the coach.
Oh, we have like a little virtual showroom.
Yeah, so we have everything from portable showers. These are portable shower systems. You've got your cooktop appliances, instant or tankless water heater. This is a full portable diesel-fired heater. So
Like for a tent.
yes, for a tent, exactly.
Oh, wow.
So it's got a diesel tank in it. There's a whole battery and everything in it. You push the button, turn it on. And
Glow plug, it lights up, yada,
Yep,
yada.
exactly.
Wow. What about the important stuff like donuts? Do you have?
we have some snacks up front, yes.
Okay, so this is the thing that I was talking about before, and one of the main reasons why I'm super interested in the Atmos air conditioner, and that has separate fans, right?
Correct.
So this is our old unit. This is the GE. This is why we have a problem with things getting sucked into the RV. And you can see here, I don't know if you like, this is not normal. This tape and whatever, and they're sealing, because I realized this and I tried to do something about it. That's why we have all this tape on here, because there is one fan motor, this right here. This one fan motor powers both the outside fan and the inside fan that moves the air on the inside of the unit, which means, number one, they both have to turn at the same speed all the time, right? Whether that's what's called for or not.
Correct.
And number two, there's a shaft. You see this shaft? There's a fan on this end, there's the squirrel cage fan on this end, which means that shaft goes through this, which is supposed to be sealed up to the inside.
Yep.
And it can't seal up tight because the shaft has to turn. And so this is where we were getting, in this and all around here, we were getting things sucked into the RV. And that's why I put all the sealant on, which is why I can't just lift it right off, because I've sealed it up.
Yeah.
On the Atmos unit, 2 separate fans. There's this fan here.
Yep, that's for your condenser side.
That's for the outside.
Yep.
And then I can't even see the fan that's in here, right? Is it?
Correct. It's all up underneath of our sealed basin.
And it's sealed up, so like there's nothing for me to tape, right?
No.
So this should be more efficient, because we don't have to have both fans turning at the same speed all the time if that's not what's called for. And then it should be much better sealed to keep things from the outside from getting in.
Correct.
If you ever smell anything being pulled in from your air conditioner, that's not normal. It shouldn't happen that way, right?
Right.
They're supposed to be sealed separate, inside and outside air. This should help keep us that way.
There's actually a couple of cool features that the Atmos has, because it does have independent fans. When you turn the unit off, your condenser fan is actually going to run for about 30 seconds more to continue to reject the heat from the condenser side, prolonging the life of your compressor. We also have a mode on the interior where you can run the fan on the evap side, and that dries out your condenser or your evap coil. Yeah, isolation mounts all around the unit as well. This is a true heat pump unit, so here's our switching valve.
Okay.
So what that's going to do is reverse the flow of our refrigerant
There you go.
for heat cool, and then your evaporator becomes your condenser, putting heat inside of the coach. This particular unit, when it is in heat pump mode, it does take a couple of minutes to kind of ramp up, and we're doing that because we're not injecting the cold air as a blast inside. It's actually preheating everything.
Nice.
Yes.
And our old unit, you can see the soft start bolt on there.
Yep.
Will we have one here?
Yeah, so we're going to mount it in the same type of location. We'll be right up on top of our electrical box as well.
Okay. And then the bottom pan of this is...
It's all metal. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, it's all a metal housing. So, and you can see that we're a little longer. We're no
Right.
wider, no farther forward. We're a little longer. So on the EKKO, we do hang out the back a little bit.
We saw that on the template up
Yep,
top, but
exactly.
it wasn't that much. It was just a couple inches.
Yeah, a couple inches, and we're actually lightweight components back here. All of our compressor and everything are going to be forward of the rear of the coach, so be nice and protected.
And it's a solid metal bottom, so do I have to we have to have a support plate or anything out the back?
No
for this?
plate out the back. We do this install even on the pop tops. The pop tops hang out a little
That'd
bit
be even
farther.
further, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Oops, hang on here.
You don't see it tightening down.
So Joe is installing a new ceiling plate. We're going to try running without the AC silencer for now because Steph says she hits her head on it. So we're going to go like this
Yes, sir.
and we'll see. But we do have the option in the future to put this on to make it even quieter.
Kept everything for you.
Right
it's
on.
all right here, so.
We got it done. We got it sealed up. And I'm very pleased to report that we didn't have to do anything with the solar panels because that would have been a giant pain. And anything else I need to, what about maintenance-wise? Is there anything I need to do here on the roof periodically?
No, I mean, you always want to check securement of your cover for certainly, because you have a tendency sometimes to see other brands on the road. Ours got a little bit of a unique design where we've got some tabs on the front to, if it were to come loose, at least it's got to come up and forward to actually be dislodged.
And if you're
from
driving
you.
forward, that's not likely to happen.
Exactly. So, no, other than that, just maybe some visual inspections every time you're around the roof area.
Okay. So, Kevin, I've got a remote. I've got a manual. Is there anything else I need to know about the air conditioner? We've got a much lower profile here. Anything
do.
else I need to know?
Well, it actually has a couple of the features that we didn't talk about before. One of them being a Wi-Fi app. So now you can control that unit with Wi-Fi, an app on your phone. So if you're out and about and you want to turn your unit on, or if you have a pet inside of your coach to keep them conditioned, you're able to do that as well.
And then the capacity. Now, you mentioned this before off camera, but I want to point out this is a 15K BTU air conditioner.
Correct.
The one we replaced was 13.5.
Yes. So it's 15,000 BTUs of AC, 12,000 BTUs of heat.
Wow. I guess there's nothing left for us to do except to put it through its paces and get out of your hair. So,
absolutely.
Kevin, thank you so much.
Likewise. Thank you for the opportunity.
We're back home in Utah, and it's actually like February now, and we got our Atmos installed back at the end of December. And I've been a little disappointed in the weather. I've been looking for some warm weather to try out the new air conditioner. We even went to Florida, and we found cold weather. So this is about as nice as it's going to get for a long time, and I don't want to delay putting this video out anymore, so we're going to do the tests, the post-test, today. Now, it's not, 115 degrees like it gets here in the summer. So the one thing I won't be able to accurately measure today is the power consumption of the Atmos air conditioner, because that goes up the hotter it is outside. But what I can measure are the cubic feet per minute of air that it puts out of each of the vents, and I can measure the sound levels. And we've got older videos where I've measured both of those, so we can compare what we have now to what we had before. But before we even get into that, you're probably all curious as to how the install turned out up top. So let's head out and take a look. So here we have the Atmos. And as you can see, it does in fact, well, that's a bad shot. It does in fact hang over the back of our EKKO by just a few inches. In fact, I'm going to go and get a ruler and tell you exactly how many inches that hangs over. Hold on. So unsupported over the roof, we've got, well, to right here, I'm getting 4 inches, and then the absolute back of it seems to be about 5 or maybe just a hair over. But I don't think, does it come back past the end of that? Yes, it does, just a tiny bit. So that I think I can show with videoing with one hand. So hold on a sec. Hand me the camera. So here's the side of that. And it does come back past the edge of the RV, just a tiny bit, but it does not come back past the edge of like the backup cameras. We're fine there, right? If I put that on the backup cameras, we're okay. Okay, so there, it's kind of the forward view, right? And I have non-standard solar panels, so I guess the final word on the Atmos and the overhang on a transit-based EKKO is it's okay for me, and I'm pretty OCD about stuff like that, and it doesn't really bother me that much. You get a good side view there. It's really not so much of an issue. But now, okay, that's how it looks from the outside, right? But now we got to go inside and figure out how well it performs. So let's do that. So let's start with measuring sound. And remember, the way we do it, arm's length from the air conditioner unit, hold your sound measuring device at waist level and point it roughly, the microphone roughly at the air conditioner unit. Now, went back through the old videos for the, before installing the RV AC silencer, we were getting readings of 61 to 63 decibels on high. And after it, we were getting readings of 58 to 60 decibels on high. So we're going to test on high speed. So I'm going to turn this on, make sure the fan is all the way on high. Okay, on our 10-second sample, we got an average of 55.9 decibels. Just to make sure we're getting what we think we're getting, we'll do a quick reading here with the trusty analog sound meter. Just cause, and this only goes down to 60 decibels, so we're going to be reading in the negative. Here we go. And that's actually giving us a reading of like 54 to 55, 55.9. Seems in the same ballpark, so we're just going to take those for what they are. Okay, now, the next thing we're going to measure is airflow. Remember, before and after I did the install of the RV airflow systems unit, which attempts to redistribute airflow among the vents, I did a bunch of measurements of how much air we were getting at all of our vents. So I'm going to go back through. We're going at high speed now. I'll also do this at low speed, and we will put up a comparison. I've got a bunch of data from that previous experiment, so we'll go ahead and gather that data now. So now we're on high speed, bedroom driver's side. One 634, 669.3, 826.8. All right, let's go crunch some numbers. And the results are in. So first, in the sound arena, going back through the old videos, an unmodified GE air conditioner in our RV, I got a reading of 62 decibels. That's straight down the middle of all the readings I got, 62 decibels. Now, the Atmos, unmodified, just right back there, I came in at 56 decibels. That is a difference of 6 decibels, and I can tell you that is absolutely, definitely noticeable, and it is considerably quieter. Now, our air conditioner had the RV AC silencer on it, and when we did that, we had a reading of 59 decibels. So again, the Atmos, without an RV AC silencer on it, is 56 decibels. Now, there's nothing that says I couldn't put an RV AC silencer on there, and if I got another 3 decibels like I did with the GE, then the Atmos would be even quieter still. But that takes up a little bit of our ceiling height, and Steph said she kept hitting her head on it, so we're not going to do that unless we absolutely have to. So anyway, definitely quieter, and I think I know part of the reason. The airflow numbers were kind of interesting. So when I totaled up all the airflow for all the different vents and all that, we got 19% less airflow on low speed out of the Atmos than we did out of the GE. On high speed, we got 23% less-ish airflow out of the Atmos than we did on the GE. But, and so less airflow is going to make less noise. So that's certainly part of why it's quieter. But that less airflow was not all necessarily a bad thing. The reduction in airflow was not all the same, and it was not the same in a good way. For example, back here in the bedroom where we sleep, there was 24 to 28% less airflow with the Atmos. That's a good thing, because those two vents back there will freeze us out. We have to we have fights about, you're pointing your vent at me, stop it. And so that will be a lot easier to manage now because the airflow is a bit less. Up front, these vents were only 10 to 17% less. So less of an effect up here, just, 10 to 17%, and then less punishingly cold in your face airflow back there in the bedroom where we kind of had enough of it anyway. So not evenly distributed, but certainly a little less airflow. Now, there are other things about the Atmos that we have now that we did not have with the GE air conditioner. It's worth mentioning those. We have a dehumidify mode. What that will do is it'll put more air through to try to get more air through the air conditioner to dry out the air inside. So that's a mode that we'll be playing with this summer when we get to humid places. This also has a heat pump mode, which is another option for heating the coach off of electric. We did not have that with the GE either. And also, this is just qualitatively, I didn't put, maybe I should, but I didn't put a thermometer up in the vents, but qualitatively, it seems to get pretty darn cold and pretty fast with the Atmos, more so than the GE. But I don't have any data to back that up. That's just kind of my feeling on it. Anyway, I will make all this data available, the sound level reports and the airflow, all that stuff. I'll put it in a spreadsheet. It'll be linked in the post on thefitRV.com that will link to this video. And that's where you can ask questions, leave comments, etc., etc., etc. So that's sort of our experience thus far. And remember, we haven't even hit summer yet. That's our experience thus far with the SDG Atmos air conditioner. I'm giving it a thumbs up because it's way quieter and it seems to make it just as cold in here, but I should probably revisit this in the summer when it's like blazing hot out here. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. We'll see you later.